Hi, David. How are you today?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Very good. Is that a Pac-Man or a Minion or what is that on your...
It's a Lego minifigure.
Ah, okay. Okay, awesome. So where are you from, David?
I am from Spain.
Spain.
I
Okay.
yes, I live in Madrid.
Uh-huh. It's quite late in Spain, isn't it?
Yes, 12
Uh-huh.
p.m.
So so
No,
do you have a later job or...
no, I like to do things like this
Uh-huh.
when my wife and the kids are in bed.
Ah, got it. I understand. My sister cleans her house the same way.
No, I
So,
think we like to dinner about 8 p.m.
uh-huh.
and my wife and the kids go to bed at 9
Uh-huh.
more or less,
Uh-huh.
and then the house is only mine.
Ah, how old are your kids?
I had my daughter is 13,
Uh-huh.
almost 14,
Uh-huh.
and my son is 8.
8. Okay. Now I heard that in Spain you guys actually do have dinners quite late. Is it also, do some families have dinner at 10 p.m. as well?
Yes, it's normal to have dinner uh, at see 10 p.m. or even later. But
Really?
if you have kids and
Uh-huh.
you go them to wake up early, I think
Hmm.
we have to dinner early.
Earlier.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is completely different than most of the rest of the world, I think. That's awesome. So,
Yes.
hi Antonio. No, it's on Antony, not Antonio. So how are
Hi,
you
Holly.
today?
How are you? I'm
Good.
fine. Thank you. What about you?
Oh, pretty good. Is that picture you? Is that you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. It looks like a cartoon. So
It's
interesting.
possible. Possible.
Yeah. All right. So where are you from, Antony?
I'm from Spain also,
Oh, it's
like
also from
David.
Spain. Okay, so both of you are from Spain. So
Yeah.
you are also what we call in English, we call it a night owl.
Excuse me?
A night owl. Yeah, night owls are people that have get their energy at night,
Ah,
and
yeah, yeah.
that's me
It
too.
is. It is.
And then there's the early bird, and these are the
I have,
people that get up early in the morning. I don't understand
and
these people.
also I have the power and the desire to want to improve my English. For this, I'm here. I'm not spending my time seeing the television or doing something irrelevant. I am doing
Uh,
something important
Productive.
for me.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
this, I'm here.
Exactly. Well, welcome. Welcome. I think both of you, have you guys been in my class before?
No,
Antonio and David?
Not in my case.
Okay.
no,
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah, I think I did not recognize your I recognize your names, but those are common names. So, especially David and Alonso, he was in my class a couple hours ago, so he's from um, Peru, right?
Yes, our
And
hi.
hi Bruno. Also, you're new to me as well. Welcome. This is beautiful right here, you guys. You ever travel to Peru? Isn't that awesome? So, hello Bruno. How are you? Maybe his microphone isn't working. So, all right. Well, today the plan is for you guys to actually talk about some things, and I'm going to sit, listen, and take notes, and contribute when I have to or need to. But I'm hoping that you guys will just start talking to each other and asking questions. Um,
Can you
it,
hear me now, Holly?
excuse me.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Is this Bruno?
Okay. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome. Where are you from, Bruno?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. Awesome. Okay. In Brazil, where it's is it what 7 p.m. now?
Yeah, it's 7
Okay.
p.m. Yeah, that's right.
And Peru, it's 5 p.m.
Yes.
Idaho, it's 4 p.m. And then we've got David and Antoni from Spain, where it's midnight. So,
Yeah,
yeah. So
we are the
anyway,
night owl.
the night owls. The night owls. I'm normally a night owl, and I decided this week to try to teach during the day. So I'm gonna see how it works. But I have been doing teaching at night for several weeks. I started here at Verbling about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and have been teaching mostly at night. So, but today's the first day I've taught most of the day. So anyway. This activity, though, is a fluency activity, and so let's go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to screen share a PowerPoint. Okay. Okay, does everybody see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, I want to quickly remind you of a little bit of grammar, and what we're actually going to do is we're going to talk about probability and percentage today. And if you use a modal of probability, if you use the word must, it's 100% sure that something will happen or needs to happen. It's very, very important. Must is a life or death. It must happen. Might or may is used to express an opinion on something that might happen. Could is used to express a possibility, which is one of many. So could, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. That's basically what we will be practicing a lot today. Can't is 100% sure that something will not happen. So must is 100% sure that something will happen. Can't is 100% sure that something will not happen. Okay? First of all, guys, what is probability? Does anybody know what probability is?
Something that could happen or not.
Something that could happen or not happen.
Possibility.
It's a possibility. So we explain probability. Usually I like to explain it by saying percentage, like a 98% probability that you guys will speak English today. So, or 100% probability. And that's what that is. Okay. So first, before we actually go into the speaking exercise, I want to quickly go over some idioms real quick. Okay, do you guys know these idioms? When pigs fly, when hell freezes over, a cold day in hell, a snowball's chance in hell, or in all probability. Any idea what these mean?
I only know when pigs fly.
Okay, and so what does that mean when pigs fly?
It's like something that it's not easy to happen.
Yeah.
No, it's
So it's not likely to happen, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
if you say
pretty rare.
Yeah. Okay. When hell freezes over, does anybody know what that means? The same. It's basically the same one. Not likely to happen. So, will you become a millionaire? Well, I'll become a millionaire when hell freezes over, because hell is made of fire, right? So it's basically saying that it will never happen. Same as a cold day in hell. Not likely to happen. And a snowball's chance in hell, same thing. Not likely to happen. We've got basically four idioms that actually mean the exact same thing. So if somebody says for example, do you think that Obama will win a third term? Many Americans would say, when pigs fly, or there's going to be a cold day in hell if that ever happens. And that's because we have term limits. A president cannot win a third term. So there's a snowball's chance in hell that Obama could go into office for a third term. But in all probability, talks about
for sure.
In all probability, talks about it's kind of I would say that, yeah, for sure. In all probability, the likelihood of that happening, it's actually talking about it's basically not really for sure, but it's talking about percentage. In all probability, we would see. In all probability, the likelihood of the U.S. having a third term for Obama to be president would be at 20%. Or in all probability that a Republican will be president next time is 90%. So
okay.
you basically add a percentage for that one. Okay. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have 50 minutes left, and we have 6 topics. So you need to at least try to talk 10 minutes for each topic. So what we're going to do is you guys are going to discuss together and decide, and I will take notes. What would happen if marijuana was legal everywhere in the world? So discuss and try to come up with at least 3 things you think would happen if marijuana was legal everywhere in the world. Okay? And I will take notes. So why don't we do it this way? David, why don't you kind of lead the discussion, get everybody talking
Yes.
for this one, and then Bruno, for the next topic, you will do it, and then Anthony for the next topic, and Alonso for the next topic.
Okay, perfect.
Alonso, do you want me to share the PowerPoint? Yeah, I can add it to the class. Yeah, I'll get the link for you. I'm sorry, Alonso.
No, don't worry. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so what would happen if, so go ahead and you can start the discussion, David, and get everybody to come up with 3 things. Marijuana was legal everywhere in the world.
Yes. What I am. What I think.
Yeah, you can say what you think, and then ask everybody else what they think.
Yes. Okay. I think one of the things will happen if marijuana was legal everywhere in the world. I think many people will stop because they will smoke every time, and our world, I think, could be a completely disaster. What do you think about it?
Okay.
The question is for my colleagues.
Yes. Call them by name; they'll answer.
Okay. I can't see. Then where can I see the names of?
Okay. Names in the
Them.
class are Alonzo,
Alonso.
Antoni, Bruno, and David so far.
Yes, that's me. Okay, Alonso, what do you think about this?
I think maybe the snuff, and maybe the snuff and not be sold a lot like the marijuana.
Excuse me, could you repeat it, please? I cannot understand you.
Maybe the snuff, the cigarettes, normal cigarettes that anybody can buy now. Maybe that decrease the sale in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see.
Okay, so marijuana would decrease the legal the legal what is it? The legal cigarettes and snuff and tobacco.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, Anthony, what do you think about marijuana was illegal everywhere in the world?
I want to think that probably it would be the same because I want to think that the humans are intelligent enough to understand the risk and to understand the problems that marijuana can attract to our society. And for this, I want to think that it could be more or less the same than now. I think so.
Okay, thank you. And Bruno, what about you?
Um, I think that everybody would get crazy. They would not know how to work well anymore. Uh, but I think a lot of crimes, traffic, those kind of things would not happen um,
Well, yeah,
as it does today.
I
Okay,
agree.
yes, I agree too. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay.
Okay, so a synopsis. I was uploading and I didn't only heard part of that. So tobacco sales would decrease and what else would happen? So Bruno, what did you say?
Oh, sorry. I said that everybody would get crazy. They would not know how to work well anymore. And I said that um, I forgot
Uh-huh.
that crimes, traffic, those those things would not happen as it does today.
So why is that?
Uh, because in Brazil it's not legal, so a lot of people sell it. Um, for I don't know the name of these things in English. Some
Mm-hmm.
groups that some criminal groups they sell marijuana and all of kinds of drugs. So
Ah,
yeah,
okay. So that would decrease.
yeah,
Illegal
yeah,
trafficking would decrease.
yeah, yeah. I
Um,
think so. Yeah. They say it will. They say it would get more money.
mhm. Okay. Okay. And what are some other ideas that you guys came up with that?
In my case, I said that for me, for example, here in Spain, I think it could be more or less the same because nowadays here, if you want to smoke marijuana, you can smoke
Okay.
in private or not in a legal way, but you can take marijuana and smoke. For this, I think it could be more or less the same because, and also
Mhm.
currently in your society we have some legal drugs like alcohol
Mhm.
and that kind of stuff, and not all the people is all the day drunk it or smoking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. So, the different things: tobacco sales would decrease. Everyone would go crazy. Illegal trafficking would decrease. Nothing would really change in some parts of the world because it's already like the Netherlands. It wouldn't change. So, yeah.
Yes, also in some places in United States, for example in Colorado, it's legal.
Uh-huh. And so nothing would change there.
Yeah.
And everyone is crazy in Colorado.
No.
Well, it's interesting in Colorado because Colorado has the religious right and then they have the liberal left. So, and they're fighting back and forth. It's one state I would not want to live in for that reason. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So Bruno, can you lead this discussion? So what would happen if all babies were born in test tubes?
Oh, yeah. I have to think a little.
And then you get your
Maybe,
colleagues to speak.
yeah. But it's my time to add some comments or just ask.
You add first.
Okay.
Say first.
I think that probably, you know, in this world, I think that man would not exist anymore. Probably, and I think that the relationships would be so weird, you know, because I don't know how to explain it. I think they would not, the man and woman, they would not, have a intrinsic relationship anymore.
Okay. So the relationships would change.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And could you ask everybody else?
Okay. So if all babies were born in test tubes, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? This goes for Alonso. What do you think about that?
I'm sorry, I still think about it.
I'm still thinking.
Yeah,
Okay.
just some minutes, please.
Pass.
Okay.
So
Maybe if you ask to someone else, please,
Okay.
and let me think a little time.
Okay. What about Antoni?
Hi.
What do you think about that?
I think that probably the humans will be very different because in that kind of born you can choose a lot of things. No, I'm imagining a couple who want to have a tall kid or blue eyes kid or something like that. I think that will be dangerous to maintain the human nature in that kind. I think it could be dangerous in that way.
okay.
Do you understand me more or less?
This is what I understood. Humans would
Yeah,
be different
exactly,
because of DNA manipulation. Is that what?
exactly, exactly.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because everybody would want to would have the perfect child.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
David Beckham and something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Holly, Verbeling teacher Holly, Okay. All right. Bruno, can you ask somebody else?
Okay. What about you, David? What do you think about that?
Well, I think that everyone will look perfect. I think because every parent, I think, will want their kids to be perfect. And I think it could be a very boring world, because I think one of the one of the things funniest in the world is making babies, and if we cannot making babies in the traditional way, I think it could be very, very boring.
It's true. Yeah. Life as we know it would change. Like, number one, relationships would change big time. So, okay. Okay. Alonso, are you ready?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I think that science companies will be rich.
This is a new.
Oh, and why do you think they will be rich? Can you explain why?
Because all babies just can burn in test tubes.
Okay, so I mean, even the test tube companies will be rich.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah.
also
Okay.
the humans maybe require one them babies born in test tubes because they can manipulate the DNA.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I want to ask you guys a question. In your opinions, what is the probability of this happening? 20%, 100%?
80%. 80%.
Really? 80%?
Yeah, but I don't know, if all babies would, born from test tubes, but I think in maybe 100 years or less, I think it's totally possible. So, yeah.
Okay. What do the rest of you think?
I think it could be possible because the rate of men who burn in this war is in decrease.
Okay.
And
I think
and someday in the earth maybe the men's not exist.
So you think that one day mankind will not exist?
Yes, and I hear about that in a science article about the the probability of the baby born be a boy. It's it's uh, it's maybe that can happen in the future.
Okay.
It's most probably that it and then be a girl.
Really?
Yes. It's something about the chromosomes.
Interesting. Interesting.
in my case, I also think that it could happen, but I don't have any science information related with that. I'm just imagining, and I think it could happen.
Okay, a high percentage. Because I don't think so. Because I think of what David and Bruno both said. Relationships would change. The funnest part of it. I can't see it happening
But
personally.
this is also changing with our smartphones, with technology, with that kind of stuff. I think it's not new.
True. Well, I mean, I remember years ago, I think it was maybe in the early 90s, seeing a TV show about families and this was just, of course, fiction, but it was about families who were having their babies grow in a cow, in the stomach of a cow,
Mm-hmm.
and then having the baby, then having the baby because they didn't want to go through pregnancy. So anyway,
Really?
yeah, it was a TV show, and it was a courtroom show, and stuff like that, and whether it was really plausible or whatever. But I remember thinking, this is weird, what.
Yes.
Why would someone do that? So if you have test tube babies, you just find someplace warm for the baby to grow. The woman doesn't even have to carry it. That's kind of the idea. So I don't even remember what TV show it was. It was a stupid family. It was a really cheesy family drama. You guys know the
That's
word
insane.
cheesy? Yeah. It was a cheesy family drama here in the U.S., and it was stupid. So, okay, let's go on to another topic, and bear with me while I move over. Okay, this topic is, what would happen if scientists found life on other planets? So, Antoni, could you lead this discussion?
Yeah, what would happen if scientists found life in other planets? Probably the world that we know nowadays will be changed a lot because how I can say this, we could connect or interchange knowledge with other technologies, and our current world will be changed a lot in a lot of things related with technology, with human, with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. And for example, Alonso, what do you think if what would happen if scientists found life in other planets?
Well, I think that so many religions will going down.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Catholic, Christians.
Religions would cease to exist, would change. Oh.
Change? Well, I don't think so. Change.
Or change drastically. Is that what you believe, Alonso? Religions would cease to exist or change drastically?
What does it mean? Que say?
Okay, cease to exist. Oh, I'm so glad I wrote this. Cease to exist. Stop completely.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So,
yeah, that I think so.
Can you repeat it?
It's cease to exist.
What does it mean?
It means stop completely.
Okay.
All right. You can go on.
And for example, Bruno, what do you think about it?
Yes, I think that I don't think that all kind of religions would cease to exist, but I think they would change because it's a new concept. It's a new point of view of seeing the world. But I think that would be something amazing because we could learn different things from these other guys, other societies, and I think scientists already found that there's life in other planets, because we can see a lot of studies about it everywhere. I think that would be something amazing.
Yeah, me too. That'd be awesome. I totally agree.
David, the other night owl, what do you think about it?
Well, I think it depends on how far were these planets, and if I travel to these worlds, to these new worlds, were possible. And I think also perhaps countries in our world could have a friendly relation because all of the people in the world could be afraid uh, of a real contact with these people of other worlds.
Okay, I'm writing it a different way. Countries in our world would unite against the real aliens.
Okay, yes.
Is that? Are you guys familiar with the show Star Trek?
Yes.
Because I'm a huge Trekkie, and basically they say in the history, in the history of Star Trek, that's actually what happened. Was the countries in the world were all fighting, and then they met the Vulcans, which is the pointed ear people, and they learned that there was aliens, and so they all united.
Yes. Yes.
And then the religions didn't cease to exist. I'm not even sure. I think they did change drastically, but I'm not even sure about that because of course they don't go into religion there. But it's interesting hearing you guys talk about that because that's exactly what the writers of Star Trek thought too. So okay, so what do you guys think? What is the probability of us eventually finding life on other planets?
I think the probably is less than 10%.
Less than 10%.
Yes.
Why?
Because in 2000 years of our world, we cannot find life in other planets. And I think scientists will be dedicated to other things, more, I don't know how to say, more useful, I think.
In my case, I'm not agree.
Okay.
Who was talking? David?
Yes,
Or Bruno?
yes.
David. I'm not agree because I think we don't
I
have.
don't agree.
I don't agree because we don't have a lot of information related with the sky, with the cosmos, with galaxies, and we don't know more than 1 or 2%, and we are in a huge university, and for that, why not? I think it's to be a lot of proud of ourselves to do that kind of affirmation because why not? I think it could be possible, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. It's for this that I let you a 9 or an 8% of probability.
And so you're not at a 0%. and keep in mind, Antoni, that we live in a big universe because a university is what we study at, but we live in a big universe.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bruno, Alonso, what do you think? What's the probability? Since we have one that says it's a high probability, one a low probability, what do you guys think?
I know it's totally possible, but I think it's easier to aliens find us than we find them, because I think they have more technology. But I mean aliens like humans, intelligence, intelligent life. Because I was reading an article on history, History Channel, and it seems that they already found a different kind of life. It's like a bacteria or something like that, and it proves that the life on Earth, the life came from different places from in the universe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So where did they find this bacteria? Was it in our on our planet or somewhere
No,
else?
it was it was in a I don't know the name of the
Is it
thing that they
is it
found it.
Mars?
Yeah, it's like a satellite, right?
Is it was it on the
Advanced.
space station?
Yeah. They sent something to the space to try to get some, to get small particles, and
Mm-hmm.
they found something like life, like a bacteria.
Cool.
Yeah.
I want a Star Trek life to start. There's no war on Earth anymore. So, all right. So, what do you think, Bruno? Are you on Alonso and David's camp? No, Alonso and Antonio's camp,
Antonio.
or on David's
Yeah,
camp?
I agree with Antony. I think
Okay.
it's totally possible. Totally.
Uh-huh. Okay. And so David stands alone. And well, but
Okay.
but actually he doesn't. The teacher, I'm not sure. I have not decided. I want to fantasize and believe that this is the case, but then again, then I also like the idea that we're in the center of the universe and we're the only ones around. So I'm back and forth on that one. But if it's life like Star Trek, though, I'd love that personally. So okay, let's.
Actually,
Uh-huh.
I agree with Bruno. Yeah, he stole my what I think
Oh, really?
because I will talk about that. Some bacteria come to the earth, but with fallen meteorites
Mm-hmm.
with meteorites, and they come. It come from another planets.
Okay.
That, mhm. But in as bacteria, not like aliens or human or almost similar as human.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. But
I think we have to see the difference between probably and possible. I think it's possible to find life in other planets,
uh-huh.
but I think also that the probability that we can find this life is less than 10%. I
Okay.
think it's possible, but it's not probable.
Okay. That totally makes sense.
I think that really depends in how long we are talking about. In next 10 years or next 1,000 years. I think it really depends
Mm-hmm.
which time we are taking to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
For example,
So,
until tomorrow, probably zero. But
yeah. Yeah. Or even
I
next
don't
year.
know.
So, yeah. Well, if you look at what the future shows, do you guys remember the show that was made in the 80s, Back to the
Yeah,
Future? Michael
yeah.
J. Fox. Um, that's next year, so that we're supposed to have hover cars.
I'm seeing something strange through my window. Uh,
What do you see through your window?
Probably an alien or.
Oh, do you? Oh, of course, it's night there, so why not? It's dark. Okay, let's go to the next. Let's change topics to, okay, every government leader was a woman. So,
Time for those.
Alonso, why don't you lead this discussion? What would happen if every government leader was a woman?
Wow. Um, I think that mm, the men's will be um, angry. Maybe someone.
I
Why
agree.
not? Okay, Alonso, could you lead the discussion?
Okay. And David, what will happen if every government leader was a woman?
Well, I think uh, we we won't be able to see football match on TV, for example.
So will it cease to exist?
This is absolutely impossible.
Aren't there women that like
Al-
football and soccer?
Alien's option is more probably than that.
I think so.
Okay. But no, there are women that are football fans, aren't there?
In Spain, no. Well, yes, two or three.
2 or 3.
I don't know these 2 or 3 women in Spain.
How funny. How about in Peru? Are there any female soccer fans or football fans?
Yeah, I think so. My sister, maybe.
Or how about Brazil?
You know, a lot of women in Brazil, they don't like soccer, but there are huge number of them that do like soccer.
Okay.
Yeah, but
It's kind of in the middle, 50%.
I think there is a small difference between like soccer and like the football soccers.
Why?
Yes.
I think there is a very big difference.
Hmm.
You like watch the game or you enjoy looking David Beckham. You have to.
Oh,
I think.
that's funny. Okay, so it's either whether you like the game or you like the scenery.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. All right. Alonso, could you continue? Who else
Okay.
is...
Bruno, what will happen if every government leader was a woman?
I think we would live in a better place because I think women are smarter than men. Totally, they are more honest and how can I say uh, easygoing. Holly is going maybe.
Um, possibly. I see men as more easygoing.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think
smarter, I
corruption.
agree.
Yeah, I think corruption. These these things would decrease definitely.
Hmm.
That's
I
what I
think
think.
a lot of female leaders though are really ruthless. You guys know that word?
Ruthless. It's like tough.
Yeah,
Dishonest?
very tough and fairly dishonest as well. You don't
Yes,
want
but
to
I
run
think
into.
yes, but I think they are more honest than men. I
Uh-huh.
think.
Maybe it depends on whether they've been a mother or not, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe depends on the country.
Yeah, I think that's a cultural issue. Maybe in Brazil.
Yeah.
So, okay. Um, okay. Next.
I think some woman is watching the Bruno's screen and because I think he's kissing her up. I think.
Now what now? Some woman is... say that again.
I think some woman is near to Bruno,
Oh.
and
No.
perhaps this woman is watching the computer
Uh-huh.
and and
Yeah.
looking
So
to
So
Bruno's eyes and thinking,
Yeah.
Oh, Bruno, be careful on
So
what you say.
I love you,
yeah.
Bruno.
So he's sucking up to his girlfriend.
No, I'm alone
Yes.
now. I'm alone.
But okay, so this is it. His girlfriend or the woman that he likes, told him about verbling, and is going to watch this video, watch the recording. So he has to be really careful what he says.
Julia, a question. You can
Uh-huh.
see suck up or kiss up in two
Kiss
ways?
up kiss up is good too.
Okay.
Kiss up to his girlfriend. They both mean the same thing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, any other opinions about this?
It left Anthony to question. Anthony, what will happen if every government leader was a woman?
From my point of view, I agree with Bruno. I think, yeah, probably the world would be a better place to live. But opposite that he told, I think that women are more intelligent in an emotional way, trying to leadership persons in a human way with related with behaviors, with our way to be, and that kind of stuff. And also, I think probably the world would be a cleaner place to live.
Hmm. Okay, and I want to go over some pronunciation with you guys. So it's women and woman. So
Okay.
women is when you're talking about more than one. Like women have a higher emotional intelligence, but woman is one. So
Okay.
the world would be cleaner, as in what way? Are you talking about environmentally or socially?
Yeah. Yeah, in general, related with environment, with I think the women in general take more care about the important things.
Hmm.
Probably the men are more ambitious and more. I don't know how I can say this. We are trying to achieve our goals. It doesn't matter the way or the path or what
Hmm.
we are doing to others.
Okay. All right. Now, guys, what do you think the probability this could ever happen? That countries would start electing women as leaders?
I
Not
think
every
it's already
government, but
happening. I
Pigs
think it's already
fly.
happening.
when pigs fly. So, Tony, you say when pigs fly. Bruno, is Bruno or David? Which one of you said it's already happening?
Me, Bruno, said that
Bruno.
it's already happening. So yeah, I think many countries are electing women for president. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I know that there's a little bit of women on the government right now in the world, but I think
Mm-hmm.
it's increasing. I think it's definitely increasing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I think if many years ago every government in the world uh, was a man, and why can't not be the opposite in the future? I
Yeah.
think it's possible.
So it is possible for us to have more of a matriarch society. You guys
Yes.
know that word? Okay. Um, yeah, that would be kind of cool. I think it just should be equal. Instead of looking at the sex, look at whether um, when hell freezes over, Bruno.
What?
I said, Bruno wrote, maybe the president of the U.S. will be Hillary Clinton. And I said, when hell freezes over. There are
No.
people in the U.S. that are so completely and totally anti-Obama. They hate him so much. I'm like, okay, I'm very neutral about him. I don't really think he's the best president, but I don't think he's the worst. But I was like that. I am like that with the Clintons. I do not like and trust the Clintons. so,
No.
so there's no way Hillary would ever get my vote. In fact, if she was running, I might actually, campaign against her. so,
Yes, but I think I don't live in the U.S., but I
uh-huh.
think she's so popular there.
Yeah,
But I'm
with
not sure.
some people, yeah, not where I live, but I live in Idaho, which is a very conservative state. So, in fact,
Yeah.
I lived in Europe for 11 years, and when I came back to Idaho, I went through a culture shock regarding politics because I was so completely surprised with how conservative it was here.
Yeah.
So, all right. Um, let's go to one more topic. Yeah, we have just a few minutes for one more topic. And no, computers replace teachers. So, Bruno, what do you think? What would happen if computers replace teachers?
Um, I think maybe that could be good for the students,
Mm-hmm.
but horrible for the teachers because yeah, because it could be good or bad for them because I don't know if they would get uh, enough money, but that could be easy for them to work at home, and they would get more time or free time.
Mm-hmm. The teachers would get more free time?
Yeah, and the students too.
Uh-huh.
That could be more dynamic, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I
In the States right now, they have these virtual academies where kids are going to school online. And for some people, it's really, really positive, and other people, it's not. so the school gives
yes,
the kid a
because
laptop, and
internet is so distractive, right?
yeah,
It,
distracting.
distracting, yeah,
Yeah.
distracting. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. What do you think, David?
Well, I think that Holly will search for another job because
No, what I'll do
yes,
is I'll start the schools. Um, no.
and I think also that classes will be boring because you don't have you will not have a teacher to joke. I
Uh,
think, and
okay. So classes will be boring.
yes,
Okay. Okay. All right. Holly will need another job. Yeah. Except, so what I would do if that happened is I would change and I'd become like a computer programmer. So,
yes, it's a good idea.
and make a lot of money. I would own the companies that. Yeah. Yeah. I would totally embrace this so that I could make money. All right. Next one. Antoni, what do you think?
I think it could happen. First of all, I think it's a real option, as
Mm-hmm.
you told before, and I think probably the human relations could change a lot
Mm-hmm.
because probably the kids wouldn't be able to meet in the school and in
Mm-hmm.
common places, and relationships will change a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And
And
Alonzo, what do you think?
Well, I think the classes with computers will be cold.
Okay. Classes will be cold.
Hmm.
Will be cold and boring.
Uh-huh. Also boring.
Okay. Okay. And what do you guys think the likelihood of this actually happening in the future?
I think it's happening nowadays. There are a
Yeah.
lot of companies investing money, technology, and resources in that way. like Google, like big companies around the world. I think it's a real option. And nowadays we have better communication, better internet connections, better computers. I think it's absolutely possible.
Yeah, in the U.S. Right now there are several schools that actually train the students online. The students stay at home. They're sent a computer. They have real live teachers, but the teachers are online just like this, and they might have live classes, but most of it's e-learning, so it's asynchronous. It's not live, and the parents go through and help them learn different things, and the parents are given probably as much work as the kids. So, and it's free public schools though. And I don't know. We'll see what happens when this generation graduates. so
And
anyway.
also I'm sorry, the students cannot share, for example, them culture with them teacher.
It's true.
For example.
It's true. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for your participation. I hope you guys learned a lot and got a chance to speak, and that was really the goal. I need to teach another class on commuting. If you are available, come on over. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Harley. Bye, guys. See ya.